Hey guys, welcome back to Amanda's Favorites. Today I have a new journal that was sent to me for review. I requested it because one of my subscribers here on YouTube asked if I could get this after she watched my Leuchtturm 1917 5 Lines a Day journal review, and I will try to remember to link that below in the video also. After she watched that video, she had been looking online at all the 5-year journals, and she came across this one, and before spending the money really wanted to, see a review of it. And so I wrote to their little company, and they were so willing to send me one right out. And so I'm excited to be able to review it for you. It came in this very cute, smart little box, and they call theirs the 5 Little Lines. Okay, and I will have a link to their company where you can buy this. But it's 5 Little Lines to Leave a Legacy. And so it's this really cute box that it comes in, and you open it like this. And so it says journal on each side. And then up here, it says 5 Little Lines again. And down here, there is a thank you. It says, in this easy to use daily journal, all it takes is writing 5 little lines a day to leave a lasting impression to those in the future that will benefit from knowing you and your family and your day-to-day thoughts. Now go and make history for future generations. And so that's in their little box that folds up. It's a really nice box. So if you were gifting this to someone, and there is their website, which I will link below, 5littlelines.com. But it's a really cool box if you are getting this for a gift. And I wanted to tell you a few things about this company before we jump into the review. Let me grab my computer so I can get this all right. These are made right here in the USA in the Provo, Orem, Utah area. It's just a little husband and wife team. Okay, their company is still very small. From getting feedback from their users, they found out that some users are actually using it as a planner and not a 5 Little Lines a Day journal. And we'll talk about that inside once we see the inside. Some people have also used it as a 1-year 5-person journal. So writing for 1 year, but all 5 people in your family write in it. And we'll talk about how to use that too. And then they said they went with the wire O binding to allow it to open to lay completely flat, or to fold it over to write on it flat. They said the size of the wire O is the max size available, therefore limiting their paper options. These are the things they wanted you guys to know. Some people ask why the cost. I need to look that up, and I'll stick this in the video. I think it's $35. I will put that in here at the bottom of the screen. He said the reason is each page is a unique printing, which affects our wholesale cost, which in turn affects our retail cost. Maybe someday we'll be able to print, 10K in one run, and then that would be able to get our cost down. But since they're a very small company, they can't do that yet. And so they just wanted me to be able to pass on this information to you guys so you guys can know it is run out of the USA. Everything is printed in the USA, and it's a very small, husband and wife team, mom and pop company still. Okay, so let me tell you about 5 Little Lines. It is a 5-year journal, but like they said, you can use it many different ways. It has a hard leatherette cover, and it's just all black and has engraved in there 5 little lines. It does have the O-rings, which have not given me any problems when I was playing around with it for review. Okay. When you open it up, it says leave your legacy, and you can write in what years you're using it for. Year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, and you can fill in the year. And let's see, I'm sorry, I didn't show you the very front. It just has really pretty 5 little lines and belongs to and made in the USA. Here's the how and why they came up with it. And just some information from them and kind of just ideas about how to use it, because they give you some bonus pages, and I will show you that. Okay, the contents, they even give you the table of contents. They give you 2016 through 2019 at a glance. right there. And then, okay, they even go to 2020 to 2023 because I was thinking, okay, you're using it for 5 years. But so they have that covered. Okay, resolution and reflection. They just have some pages up here. It says yearly resolution, yearly reflection on this side. So basically that can be used however you want to. It's obviously one per year if you're using it for 5 years, and it's yearly resolution, yearly reflection. And then it goes right into January. And here is the basic breakdown of their pages. Each page has the date really big on it, like January 1, January 2. How it was originally made was to be used as a 5-year journal. So, of course, you start, let's say, in 2018, and you would go 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. And there's room to write the year in right here. So how each one of their entries runs, I want to give you a close-up on this. They have the day of the week you can check off: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I'm sorry, it starts on Sunday. They have, if you want to write if that day's a special occasion in there. And then they give you your 5 lines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you do have the one extra line at the bottom, and they give you the weather if you want to circle what the weather is that day, or if you wanted to write the temperature in next to it. Now, additional thoughts on a bonus page. This is interesting. And they give you room to write a page number. So if you have a day where you just really need to write more, then what goes there? So this is really interesting because most 5-year journals don't offer this. You can go to the back here, okay, and they offer you bonus pages. Let me show you. When you get to the end, December 31st, bonus pages. And in here they're labeled bonus page 1, bonus page 2. So they're all labeled all the way up to, let me see how many. All the way up to 32 bonus pages. That is a lot. And so you don't have to use 1 page per day that you go to write on it. They have right here, month, day, year. So it's additional thoughts from that month, that day, that year. You fill in the date, and then you write as much as you need to on this page. It can go down as far as you need it to. It could be a tiny bit, or it could take up a whole page for that day. And then, wherever you end, you would just write the next day's date that you come to fill in on the bonus page. And then you would go back up there to that date, and you would write, additional thoughts are on bonus page 1. And then, of course, you can find that date, match it up, and finish reading your thoughts. I thought this was a really good idea because of the 5-year journals that I have seen, the only one I've reviewed is the Leuchtturm 1917 one. But I have looked at several others on Amazon, and I have not seen any with this setup. And I thought it was a really good idea because let's say you're on, February 27th and, you're in your 3rd year, and that day just holds something really special and you want to record more thoughts for that day. Well, you just write it's on bonus page 3, and you come back here if you're all the way there already, and bonus page 3, and you record those. And it's an easy way to find it. So I thought that was a great setup. As the year goes on, you will see the dates move. Let me point that out. So January starts in the top box, and then February goes down to the next box, and then March. So it makes it easier to flip through because you can see the black on the side, okay? And so it's easy to flip to the next month. April, May, and then it starts back over at the top. June, July, so it just runs through. It just makes it easier to find things on the side. August. So each page has that date, and you use it like that. Okay, the other ways they talked about using it were you could have 5 members in your family, and you could use it for only 1 year. And you could actually have all 5 members of your family, mom, dad, 3 kids, or however you're going to use it. Each day, you each rotate and write about your day. I don't know what family could keep up with that with kids, but if they did, that would be an amazing record. Like, amazing. There is no way that I could get my boys to do that. I will be perfectly honest. To write in here every single night their thoughts. But if a family could get their kids to do that every day, I mean, what an awesome record. You get to see that same day through the eyes of mom, dad, and your kids. So for like a whole year. I mean, that's really cool. So I like that idea. He said he's also heard people use it as a planner, and he didn't expound on that. The only thing I can think of, and you guys tell me if you think of other ideas, because maybe I'm not thinking of everything. Maybe my mind is closed on this, but I just thought, well, you label the year and you use it for 5 years, and you kind of plan your day on that for 5 years, and then you have like a record of what you did on each day for 5 years. I don't know. Or you just use the whole page per day and you use it for 1 year. And so it's basically just like what's going on this day, and you have like 5 main things to record or something. So tell me how else you thought you could use it as a planner. Okay, so when the year ends, you come to the end of the year, December 31st, and you have those bonus pages to record your extra on, which I think is a genius idea. And then you come to traditions, and I really like this edition. You get to write in your family traditions. How many pages do they give you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pages. You could write on the back of this if you need to. I really like that idea because traditions, the things we do every year, they really help make memories and good, warm family feelings. And I feel like they bind our family together, even the smallest of traditions. And I think recording those for future posterity to read in case those traditions aren't passed down or not remembered is a great thing. Or if they are passed down and remembered, I mean, imagine great-great-grandchildren reading in here and saying, oh my goodness, look, great-great-Grammy did this and we still do this. It must have been passed down from her. Like, I love that, the thought that they're reading it and realizing, that several generations ahead of them also did that. And that's where the tradition was passed down from. So I love that idea. Then at the end, you just have a little thicker, like a cardstock page, and it just says 5 little lines, and it has your 5 years where you can write in year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5, the 5 years you used it. And my thoughts on this is even if you don't use it consecutively, it's okay. Let's say you do it 1 year and then you just really feel like you need a break from it. Because, I mean, it is a lot of work to stay vigilant and record every single day. And then let's say you pick it back up 2 years later, instead of right the next year. That's okay too. Like you'll have your year recorded. You might do it in 2018 and then you might do it in 2020 and then you might do it in 2021. But then you might skip 3 years and come back to it in 2024. And that's okay, but you have a record of when you did it. Let me comment on paper quality because I know everyone's going to ask that. This paper quality is not, the thickest planner paper. I will be completely honest. It's not the thinnest paper ever like some of the Target planners, but I would say it's on the lower end of thickness. I don't want to do pen testing in this because I am going to be giving this away to someone. So I don't want to do pen testing in this. Mostly all my planners I keep because I have learned I need them to do follow-up reviews on and comparisons and everything, and many questions I get about them. But journals are not quite the same to me as far as follow-up comparisons needed for the whole year and all that and questions. And I wanted to give this to someone. So I'm not going to do a pen test in it. But I mean, I think that it's going to hold up fine to pens. I think that you will have some ghosting. I don't think you will have bleed through or major problems with it. So, I mean, it's a lot of pages. It's a page per day. And like they said, they used, and then they have the bonus pages and the traditions pages. And they used the thickest YRO binding. So I think they did not want, they couldn't make the paper any thicker, especially with the thick hardbound cover that they used, because it would make it too thick for the YRO binding that they have. I do like the cover that they used a lot because as this being a family keepsake for many years, I like that it's all black. I like that it's really well made and it just looks like a nice book. It does have a pen holder here and I have 2 pens in here. I have not tried these out. let's try these out. So my pin hooks in fine that way, like if you're just hooking it in, because if you're writing in it every day, it would be nice to keep the same pin with it and maybe be consistent if you wanted to with a pin. Now, if you're trying to stick the whole pin in like this, that's too hard. That really doesn't work. So I would say you have to keep your pin on it like that. Let's see, even the Sharpie pin would be hard to get in there. Most pin holders that I've seen, you have to work it if you want to get your pin in like that way. So it does fit. With the gripper on this pin, the rubber, it makes it a lot harder. But you can work it to get it in this way, or you can just do it the easy way like that. But I think this book is a great idea. I think they've done a good job. It's very different from the other 5 little lines. It's from the other 5-year journals that I've seen on Amazon, and very different from the Leuchtturm one that I've reviewed. So it's a brand new take to me, especially the bonus pages and the way they've done it with the YRO binding. It's a brand new take to me on the 5-year journal. Theirs is called 5 Little Lines, and it's 5littlelines.com, and their website will be linked below if you would like to buy one. Okay, guys, thank you so much for joining me on this. Let me know down below in the comments if you've ever kept up with a 5-year journal. I would love to know, because I honestly would like to do one, but I am a little bit intimidated because I feel like if I start it, I want to do all 5 years in a row, because if I start it this next year in 2018, I've talked about starting the Leuchtturm one I have. My oldest son will be leaving the house by the time I finish. And wow, that just hits me that like I need to do it this next year. But then it also makes me feel like I have to be vigilant at it for 5 years, because those are my last 5 years with him in the house. And so, yeah, that's where I come into play. I feel like I want to start it, but I also feel like I just don't know if I can keep up with it for 5 years in a row. And that's why I suggested, you could skip years. But for me, my son would be leaving. And so like, I wouldn't want to skip years, because I would want to capture those last years of all of us together. So there you go. Actually, he would be leaving in 4 years if I started it next year in 2018. So I wouldn't even get through the 5 years. Okay, but it would make me want to keep them in a row. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Let me know if you've used a 5-year journal, and I will see you next time. Have a good day.